Finally, we all agree about something. It's a wonderful feeling when we all can agree. However, that means that all of these things, love and the central essence and attributes of love, the central essence of what marriage is, which is the willed unity of persons, in love, that's marriage, and beauty, that which is orderly, that which is, that's why people love symmetry so much, that which is orderly, intentional, and relational, that makes us want to communicate about it, that makes us want to, relate to other people about it, that makes us want to make something in its image. That's what beauty is. And so the essence of what these three things are, love, marriage, and beauty, must exist in God in some sense, right? Or at least it must be something that God would desire to see in creation. And so the question is, why did you say that God could not will that which is a non-God reflective state, which simply means, why would you say that God wouldn't want something that doesn't reflect him? Well, because God is the ultimate good, and God wills and desires the ultimate good. So God wouldn't will something that goes against his self directly, right? Let's say that God hates having more than one thing. Would he make a universe? No, because the universe is full of a lot of things. So if there's a God that loves just being one, he would not make a thing that's full of a bunch of things that aren't one. There's a whole lot of stuff. That's all that's being said here. And so all we have to do, if we're understanding that, is say, okay, let's look at each of these models of God and see how these gods, what they say about love, about marriage, and about beauty, and let's see if the models of God make sense of that. Well, fun fact, again, turns out Christians, Jews, Muslims, Mormons, and Jehovah's Witnesses all have these different beliefs that love is a good thing that we should do. And marriage is a very good thing that God in these different religions really likes and loves. That he loves marriage and desires it for humans. Not for all humans, but for humans, right? Because there's this relationship that he's trying to archetypally reflect within himself. This distinction in persons that are unified, right? Now, not just that, but they also agree about beauty. And there's not just beauty, but friendship, family, community, beauty, all this stuff. Because you can't just say marriage is a loving unity of persons. Community is a loving unity of persons. Family is, and so is friendship. Yet for some reason, again, all these religions, I'm not going to read all that. That's crazy. Are you kidding me? But all of those things right there show that each of the models of God and each of these holy texts talk about how good and desirable these things are. Community is good. Even according to God, community is good in these texts. Family is a good thing. Marriage is a good thing. Beauty is a good thing. Why on earth, if all of these holy texts say so, why would their gods say that, whatever God they believe in? That's where we have to look at each model of God to be like, would that God really say this is a good state of affairs? It's a reflection of his nature. Well, that's what we have to see. Do these actually show a reflection of God's nature? So that means for love, and this is a deductive approach, this is just to say that if a God is good, he has to love. I'm not going to deal with that right now because that one is more for any hyper nerds that really want to talk about that. What we're instead going to say is, okay, what about love? So love is this, it's the desire to be unified to another's goodness or to will the best for another, right? So the first time that I told my now wife that I loved her, I'm a nerd, right? So I said, I don't know how to say this without giving the philosophical lead-in. I will the best for you in every situation, and I can't imagine not willing the best for you in every situation, and I only want good for you in all cases at all times. So I love you. And then she very sweetly said, I love you too.